My name's Afton, Steheli. I'm from St. George, and I'm going to marry Tanner Balderree.
My name is Tanner Balderree. I'm from Sherwood, Oregon, and I'm about to marry Afton Steheli. The first time I met Afton was in August last year when we both moved into the same complex together.
I walk up and I'm like, my cousin Jordan was with me. I was like, I'm gonna go say hi. I really like this kid. He's like cute, you know? She's like, okay. She's like, you have to choose the biggest man out there, don't you? Like referring to muscles. And I was like, of course.
And I thought she was really cute. But we got to talking for a minute, and she after a few minutes, she was asking me if I was a football player, and I was asking her, yeah, and if she knew anyone on the team. And so it kind of came out that she had dated one of my teammates.
I was like trying to play it cool, you know, like, oh yeah, I know some people on the football team. And he's like, oh yeah, who? And I ended up referring to my ex-boyfriend that I used to date. And I was like, crap, this is not happening. And so in his head, I know he's like thinking, oh, she's an ex, I'm not even gonna go there.
And so it was kind of funny. I tease her about it now because she sometimes she jokes that she has a hard time with words, and so I joke with her about that she introduced herself as an ex of one of my teammates. So that after that, for like 6 months, I kind of wrote her off and was like, oh no, that's weird.
Anyways, we met in August of last year, but we didn't hang out until about the beginning of the year, when his roommate, the bishop, actually tried to hook me up with his roommate.
So he started having her come around to our apartment to hang out with us and stuff. And after a week, my roommate, he changed his mind. He was like, I'm not really feeling it.
And I was like, no, I want to date Tanner.
But I had so much fun with her, and we got along so well that I started kind of making excuses for her to come around the apartment still, even though my roommate wasn't interested anymore. I started making I woke up early on Saturday mornings and started making her pancakes and asking her to come over and help me with anatomy, since she has an exercise science degree. So I was trying to pull every excuse that I could think of to try to get her over after that.
So roundabout events, the roommate didn't want to pursue me, I guess.
Alex, thanks, bro.
And we just started hanging out, and every day since, we've been together. Literally every day. I think we've had maybe 3 48-hour trips without each other. So our first kiss, we've been hanging out every day for 2 weeks, right? It's been a minute. I'm used to guys going in for it real quick.
So it was a day that one of our bishopric members, the Jameses, they had me, my roommates, and the people we were dating over to watch a Star Wars movie.
And we went upstairs to get some desserts because they were downstairs in the basement watching a movie. And I wrapped my arms around him, and I'm looking at him straight, you know, like this. And he wimps out. He's he kisses my forehead, and I'm like, okay.
In my head, I was like, no, I really don't want to kiss her at the James's parents' house. And so I kind of dodged it and kissed her on the forehead instead, which was awkward. That was me joke about that now. But later that night, after that, I kind of determined I did want to kiss her because I kind of felt like a wimp cheesing out like that.
And then that same night, he walked me home, and he kissed me there, and I was like, thank you.
I don't know. I wasn't I almost didn't do it again, but I was like, no, Tanner, you gotta man up and do this. So I just went for it. And yeah, I mean, I was pretty sure she wanted to, but you never really know. So.
First time I realized it was something serious, I think, I don't want to sound cheesy, but I had a crush on him from like day one.
Really quick, which sounds really cliche. Because the thing was, like everyone else that I've dated up until Afton, it was either like I had to like tolerate things that annoyed me, which sounds really bad, but it's kind of true. And like I had to like change things about myself, or I just wasn't happy. Like I wasn't having fun, you know what I mean? Like it was like trying to make it work all the time rather than just letting it flow naturally.
So I had this crush on him, and then all of a sudden he just started texting me, like acting interested, you know? And I was like, something feels so different. Like I can't explain it, but just something felt so different. I was so used to one feeling, you know? And I was like, this is a whole new light. Like I'm loving this right now. I'm so giddy and happy.
If I had to pick between like having me time or having more time with Afton, it was always, what other reasons can I find to hang out with Afton more, spend more time with her, stuff like that. And she makes me laugh all the time. I think those two things were the biggest things that helped me kind of see that she was really the girl for me. So proposing was really scary. I had a couple ideas. I wanted to do it in a meaningful place, or something meaningful to us that related to us. After talking to her parents, we came up with a plan to go to a place that Afton always went to growing up in the summer called Kolob. They have a ranch up there.
My family's owned a ranch, well, I call it a ranch, but property up there for basically since I've like been a baby. So it's pretty like in my heart.
And she has this special spot that she likes to go to that's really meaningful to her and her grandpa.
He's like, yeah, do you have a favorite spot? And I was like, of course I do. Of course I do. So I'm gonna show you. And so we get up to the mountain, and it's the first thing we do because I think it was supposed to snow that day. And I was like, I want it to be like good weather because my family, like my parents wanted to come up too for some odd reason. I was like, okay, this is weird. I just wanted it to be me and Tanner, but my parents are trying to come up here.
They were really funny because when we got to Kolob, Afton just wanted to take me up there and just like have it be her and me. But because her parents knew I was proposing, they were like super insistent that they get up there as well. And so it was this big ordeal, and Afton was it was really funny. She was getting pretty frustrated. She's like, no, you guys, you don't need to come. It's just me and Tanner. We'll just be really quick. And her mom was like, no, we have to come. We need to go. We want to be up there. And her poor mom, Kim was in a boot, so it was really rough for her getting up. She was a trooper though, and hiked it up that hill so she could be up there. So it was really funny. We got up there, we were taking pictures, and I had the ring in the box in my back pocket, and I was like freaking out. Her dad made fun of me afterwards because I was like thinking like, okay, now's the time, and I'd start reaching for the back pocket and be like, no. She'd turn around. And so I was trying to figure out like how to get her to look away long enough so I could get down on a knee and surprise her.
They were like, let's take some pictures. And I was like, okay, I really like to take pictures, you know?
We were done with pictures, and she's like, okay, let's go down, let's start working on the fence. And I was like, no, we need like one epic picture. Like, so I pointed out to like off in the distance, like, what do you think would be the best background? So she like turned around and she started explaining to me like it wasn't important, we don't really need a picture, and that we only need mental pictures now. And she was going off on some rant about that. So
I started walking away from him, like turned my back, and I was like muttering something about like, I'm sick of pictures, I just want to like get done and down and like do the fence kind of thing. And I was walking away from him, like, okay, fine, I'll go find a spot. And he's like, Afton. And I turn around and he's like on a knee with me, and I freak out, like completely shocked. And I like jump backwards. And I'm like, holy shit, no, you know what I mean? And he was like, come here, Afton. And I was like, no, I can't. Like I was like literally frozen. I was so shocked. Finally, I was like walking up and I was like shaking, and it was really cute. I can't even remember what he said. Like, I think he said, Afton Lynn Steheli, will you marry me? Something short and simple.
And it was really funny. She freaked out, she swore. She said no a bunch. I told her to come back over here, and she said I can't. So I mean, like if you were to like read that dialogue of me proposing to her, if you just read the dialogue, it looked like she was saying no. But she was just in shock, which was really funny. So, but she said yes after she finally got enough energy. wits about her to come back over to me. She said yes, so that was good.
Are you okay?
And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, so that was how he proposed. What I look forward to the most is just spending the time with my best friend. I think, I don't know, I've always had these moments where I like am alone kind of thing. You know, you're doing your own thing and you feel so alone, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's nice to know that I'll never have to call somebody or like ask somebody. I always have someone with me, you know? And he's my best friend, so we hang out all the time, and I just think going through life with him is gonna bring me the most happiness, I think, and I'm excited for that.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most about being married is being with my best friend. Yeah, it kind of sucks having to try to balance living at a different place, wanting to spend all my time with her. So I tend to stay up really late and have to wake up really early for football. So I'm trying to like a tug of war, trying to get enough sleep, but trying to spend as much time with her as I possibly can, just being around her all the time. Coming home from football or school or whatever, and just having her there. I'm looking forward to that. Always being my best friend.
Hi Tanner. I just want to say that I'm super, super pumped to start a life with you and start our family, have Mr. Bentley come up and live with us in Provo. It's just gonna be super fun. I think being able to wake up to you next to you every day is gonna be like the happiest parts of my life. Just knowing that you're with me, on my side, with everything, like whether it be the hard stuff or the easy stuff, and we can just like have fun doing it. I love our relationship, and I'm excited to see what life brings for us together. So with that said, I love you, and I can't wait for our life.
Afton, I'm so excited for us to be married and start our family. People ask me all the time if I'm like nervous or anxious or if I'm like scared, and I always tell them no. I'm honestly just so excited. I have no doubts that you're the person that I'm supposed to marry, and that we're made for each other. We get along. We usually think the same about almost everything. We have the same humor. We laugh about the same dumb things. I can always be myself, and you always love me for that. You never criticize me for being goofy or being immature at times. You like me for being an athlete, even though sometimes it's hard to be around that and it's hard to deal with. You accept me for who I am, and even though I make mistakes and I'm sometimes pretty dumb, you always look past that and you always see the good in me, even when I don't, and I always appreciate that. I'm looking forward to our family. You know, me being best friend with the kids, you having to tell them and me that we have to behave ourselves because I'm the child. But you know, we're gonna have a great family. I know that we'll be good. We'll always have each other's backs. I trust you with my life. I know that you wouldn't do anything to hurt me. I'd never do anything to hurt you. I'm pumped. I can't wait. I can't stop smiling now that I'm thinking about it. You know, I just want you to know that I love you so much. I had never even thought it was possible to love anyone this much. I love you with all my heart. I'm never gonna love anyone like I love you. You mean the world to me. I don't know what I would do without you. Life would never be the same without you.